Dan Snyder, the absolute wanker, the Centurion, has claimed the throne of Earth.
Thank goodness.
The throne of misfortune has been claimed by Ariu.
Too bad there's still too many militia on the outer throne for Pythium to
Oh,
take it. But
absolutely,
hey,
yeah. Let's do our militia watch here. So
could be
Pythium,
30, 40 militia. Watch
yeah,
out.
so Pythium appears to be moving its force vaguely in the direction of taking that. I guess maybe, but the bunch of mages are sitting here. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks like there was some site searching. They got some air sites. That's nice,
Hmm.
right? Always good. We can't see searchedness, but we can certainly see sites. Uh, let's see. What do we got for gem income? Pythium. Oh wow, Pythium made a huge lot of site searching this turn. Holy crap!
And is that Ariu who's the other one?
What the hell do these people do?
Well, Ariu, I think, has been site searching and was reclaiming the provinces they site searched earlier and Arco had borrowed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can find anything interesting here. Pilgrims. Oh,
Well, there's a death gem.
indeed. Yeah, I mean, Pythium's like, yo, well, I guess I'm playing tall. Seems good to me.
So the observant viewer might be wondering, wait a minute, why is there an Ariu stack on an Ulm fort?
Oh,
And the really well observant viewer might say, why is there an Arco stack on an Ulm fort? What's happening? Have these peaceful allies seen weakness in Ulm and pounced? Is that how the game's going to go?
I don't know, Gemidon. Is that what happened?
Well, no, that's not what happened at all. Even though it's what I think should have happened a while ago. Instead, so Tartary and Ulm were sort of, the Tartary stack was sort of right next to the Ulm one, threatening a clash. Tartary skedaddled, probably wisely, given the difference in size. But Tartary had well, both of them had some biting words for each other as part of that, skedaddlery. I believe, Ulm floated the idea of peace or something, and Tartary said, "You know what? I'm going to punish you, Ulm. You dared to attack me with two other people. That's unforgivable in a game like Dominions, where only one person can win." And I don't know. I mean, I guess Tartary said it with such venom that Ulm, decided that rather than sort of endure the wrath of Gukov the Iron Tongued, as they've taken to calling him, Ulm would just commit mass suicide, and so Ulm started giving away its territory to Arco and Ariu.
There's always drama in Dominions when it comes to diplomacy.
Yeah, yeah. So Ulm was saying, okay, Tartary, either you peace me, or I'm going to give away all my land so you don't get any, and I'll march this doomstack to your capital and destroy it.
I mean, I
And
think
Tartary,
I've used that strategy before, and usually it makes the other person back down.
yeah. I mean, I used it once, and the other person got really mad, and we fought for the rest of the game. So mixed reviews.
Nice.
Seems like
You have to choose your target on
Tartary
that.
Tartary was not impressed by that. Tartary basically said, look, I think I can beat you in what's effectively a 1v1 now, and didn't want a peace, and so now Ulm is giving away its forts, which
Yeah.
I think is a huge win for Tartary if you really think about it. Like on the one hand, yeah, it's usually bad form to piss off an enemy so much they like throw the game trying to make you lose. But on the other hand, I don't think Tartary was actually close to being able to beat Ulm anytime soon. And so it's a huge win if Ulm starts giving away land that like there's no way Tartary could have taken anyway, and then sort of Ulm weakens itself over the long run, and then Tartary can win a much easier 1v1.
Oh,
If you look at
yeah.
the income graphs, Ulm had more income than Tartary like last turn, and Tartary, Gukov the Iron Tongue talked Ulm into just killing itself rather than fighting a completely equally sized nation. It's amazing.
Yeah, so if Ulm just marches this stack to the capital, it's not going to win. Presumably, by the time it gets here, it'll run into like air elementals or horde of skeletons or something. All the while, Tartary can use these smaller stacks to raid provinces and secure some like land to be gotten later, and then this stack will eventually fall. At which point Tartary can mop up here. They can go back to mopping up here. Um, I don't know how much of a threat this stack is right now. We've still got about nine to 10 turns. before the ghost in the box reveals itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ulm could still sort of abort this, what was it, you know, cult-like suicide attempt and sort of ask its allies to get off its forts. And I think that's, I don't see why Ulm doesn't do that, because if Ulm splits this stack in half, it can very much sort of hold off the raiders. And there's
Yeah.
been some talk of, Calum maybe looking at Tartary sort of post Uruk, assuming that goes well.
Hmm.
And if Ulm supplements that with like some of the heavy Ulmish knights, we saw how effective the Unicorn knights were against Tartary from Man. With a little bit of a mobile sort of counter-raiding force, I think Ulm can hold Tartary off long enough that that someone like Calum can come in, and then back in the 2v1 they can make offensive progress. But we'll see whether sort of the angry Diplo sort of continues, or if it cools down.
Yeah, I mean, Tartary will probably be in a place here pretty soon if things don't go super well for them, where they're basically just back where they started, but with a lot less research.
Hmm.
Because Man here and Ind are moving to eat Ulm. This, I don't think there's anything. Sorry,
Eat
eat Urmor.
Ermor.
I don't think there's anything that Urmor can do about this stack, really. It's a big stack. It's likely got a lot of mages in it. It's got a lot of knights in it. It's got thistle spears in it. Ulm's just kind of dead. And, Ind is
Ermor.
going to. God.
One's a bunch of Roman skeletons.
Yeah.
One's a bunch of like men in
Urmor's
black plate. Easy to confuse.
Urmor's pretty dead here. These provinces are going to get an end. Man's going to take this, and then if Ulm kind of plays in this region while letting these two people eat up their forts, then Tartary is just left kind of in their post expansion phase, but with lots and lots of knights. I mean, at that point, they're like, well, where do they turn? The only person I could see them turning on is Calum. The only person with a lot of land and no armies that Tartary could like gobble up pretty quickly.
Well, that would be interesting. It would require Calum to sort of flub the battle at Uruk's Cap that I
Mm-hmm.
anticipate is happening soon. Because
Yes.
if they do win that cleanly, then I don't think Tartary's in any position to stand up to Calum.
Yeah, so Uruk has been taunting Calum in the chat about, hey, you should fight me, 1v1 me, bro. Um, so
Fairly unconvincingly, but hey.
fairly
He's
unconvincing.
doing his best.
Yeah.
If there's one thing about Uruk, he has been doing his best this game. He's not giving up. He's
Mhm.
down to 5 provinces, and he's still going strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Six. Sorry, Uruk.
Yep. Six
Could even be
provinces.
7. Wait, no, 8.
Is this?
Uruk's not. He's not quite dead yet.
I don't think this province is collecting taxes actually. Um,
No, apparently it is, and Pythium's paying it to him. Pythium has not bothered to recapture the one that was taken by Indies and that he was supposed to be paying Uruk for.
that must mean that hidden connections collect income, because
Yeah,
otherwise, I didn't know that.
I learned that today too.
Oh, cool. Well, fun stuff. The Colossus here is doing a very good job of.
The whole Bronze Colossus build here is actually really funny because there's a great spell in Earth, summon Earth power that gives you 4 reinvig,
Mhm.
but he has not been casting it because an E3
Oh
will
god,
decide to blow all its fatigue on Blade Wind
that's
instead of
hilarious.
casting good spells like Shockwave.
That's I love it.
So he has to like deliberately sort of tank the Earth score, not get an Earth Bless, and like
It
put
is.
reinvig items on it
It is very
just to
hard.
avoid some dumb scripting around or dumb like AI behavior around Blade Wind.
I can see it. It is very hard to to um to tank trolls with a protection based thug. This is I think this thug did the entire thing with only losing 10 health total. Oh god, it's
He's
so
got
good.
mist for him, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, but you're right, because of course, what was? Do you need like 15 damage or something post prot to pop Mistform?
It might even be 25.
Yeah, it's 25. That's right. It's just very
It's a
very
lot.
powerful. Yeah, Mistform
I
is
mean, magic damage will pop it, but of course the Indies didn't bring that.
yes, not this time certainly. Yeah,
There they go.
there they go. This thing spent its death gems casting rays. Wait, why is it? Oh wait, so these things are dissolving even though there's still magic mages in the field. I guess because they're routing. Interesting. I
Huh.
didn't know that. I thought they only disappeared when there were actually no magic leaders left.
Yeah, we're learning so much this turn.
Or maybe they also disappear at HP route.
Maybe.
Fun stuff. The ghost wolves. Oh, there's the. Oh no, it was flying shards.
The
Oh,
Colossus is pretty brutal running things down after
it
it's
is.
won the
How
battle.
many thrones has this Colossus taken? I feel like every turn
Two,
this
three.
Colossus like takes a throne.
I think it's taken three. I think one of them just was given back, or not given back, was given to Aryu.
Yeah, interesting. A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
And this is bizarre. What are these elephants doing not running in?
Oh no. The secret ways, the old ways of hold and attack have been revealed unto our Carcephali. Truly, this is a great day.
Did
Oh yeah.
all the elephants survive that?
No, a
Just
single
one, okay.
elephant died.
But not bad. That was a lot of cavalry, like a lot of lances they were going through. And I
Oh,
think Arca
yeah,
was
a lot of
Arca was
stuff.
doing that by having the elephants on guard commander. And the commander was probably waiting maybe 3 turns or something before engaging.
Oh, is that the case? Let me just
Yeah.
look at that again.
Yeah, it wasn't holding attack, they're guarding a commander.
Ah, very
It's a
good, very
pretty
good.
sneaky strategy from Arca.
Being able to hold 3 turns is much better than being able to hold 2.
And
Though
the
I maybe would have
hop
said they should have been on attack closest to protect this rather unguarded heroine, but looks like she made it out.
she's doing
She could
pretty
have
well for
definitely been.
herself.
She could have definitely died to a lance hit,
Yeah,
but looks
that's
like
true.
they rolled somewhere else. Other than that, though, not a whole lot's going on. I find this end unit very funny. The dog saint. People can read the flavor text if they want, but it's a pretty funny unit. It gets stealth, but it doesn't have it loses the berserker because it is the civilized dog man leading all these other dog people.
Interesting.
But
You want to pop up the map?
yeah. So, but yeah, Arcacephali and Ariu are just continuing to take land from Ulm. Ulm is sitting this army here, not really doing anything with it.
I believe the
And
army. So what happened was Ulm's mages are inside that sieged fort researching. The army moved out, and Tartary doubled back with a small band of cavalry. And because Ulm put no PD or no patrolling units, they just took it without a fight. So Ulm's
I see.
mages are currently trapped. I'm not sure Ulm was planning on moving them toward Tartary anyway, so I don't know if that matters. But
Looks like
it's
Ermar.
good
Yeah,
play by Tartary there. We have to call it.
I think Tartar did like a triple move because they were here last turn, right?
No, they were in the province that Ermor hit with like
Oh,
450
they are.
units.
Okay. Well, they've basically everyone's retreated back to their core lands, except for Ulm, who's now giving away all this land.
Yeah,
So I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. The man stack approaches Ermor. They could actually just stand on Ermor next turn,
and they
and on
probably
the
will. I
way,
don't see a reason why they wouldn't.
I don't see a reason why they wouldn't either. I don't think they probably don't use any supplies if I had to guess, or very few. Um, if they're bringing adequate nature mages, though I cannot really see. Um, actually, we have the god, but I don't actually know. There don't appear to be too many mages here. Maybe they've fallen back. Anyway, if this force has mages to form a holy communion, it should be pretty fine.
It doesn't.
Um,
Yeah, it seems a little light. It's hard to tell with the numbers, right? But I would be very
it is
concerned if
hard.
it turned out this had like 3 mages with it instead of 12.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see all the mages, to be honest. Holy communions will keep many man people safe.
That's true. 25 mages is a lot better than 12.
Yep. Pythium looks like they're just going back to maybe consolidate this throne, maybe grab this province, which was taken by militia a very long time ago.
Yeah, funny story with that province. So Pythium said to Uruk, "Okay, let me borrow that, and I'll give you the gold." So then when Indies
Yeah.
took it, Pythium was like, "Well, I guess I'm not paying you the gold for that anymore."
Oh, of
And so,
course that makes
so
sense
of
because the.
course, Pythium was under no pressure to take that because that was actually Uruk losing gold instead of him.
I mean, if I was
I would complain a lot if I were Uruk, but apparently
Yeah, if I
our
was
Uruk
Uruk, I would
didn't.
complain unendingly about not getting this money because presumably Pythium's not getting any money. Oh no,
No, they are.
we
They
went
are. We
over
checked
this.
that last
They
time.
are. They are.
Okay, just
Um,
another ridiculous day in Pythium land.
indeed, indeed. We still have a few indie provinces, though. I think this was a random attack. This one, I think, is a true.
I think that's been
There's no such
indie
thing
all
as a bear
games.
tribe attack. I think this is just a true indie province that sits
Yeah, because
between
Tartary.
these two capitals.
Yeah, Tartary rushed Ermor, and then
Or more.
Kalem rushed, sort of rushed Uruk, and neither of them got around to it.
We have this Kaline thug here, um, going underwater. This is a summoned thug. Kind of interesting. It's got 50% underwater regeneration. It still doesn't have a armor slot, so I don't know. I don't
We
feel too comfortable with that because
we saw we
I mean
saw
they
we
could.
saw a 6 item version of this. This must be a different one. This is the budget one.
Oh yeah,
The real one is
yeah. It
probably with
just
the
seems
army.
that yeah. I guess damage is pretty weak underwater, and it does have has liquid body, but I feel like this thing could. Oh no, it has. Okay, it has awe too. Okay, that's a lot of defenses actually. Even with oh wait, yeah, even with zero protection, it needs to get hit a couple times to die, and well, it's relying on water elementals anyway. We'll have to see what these thugs do.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, they've just been.
Caleb moved into the Uruk land, actually without its god. So that could have been an interesting battle if Uruk had stayed and fought it, but I certainly don't blame Uruk for retreating to the capital with 45 PD on it.
Yeah, it looks like we have a move out from Calum. Might be looking to take the fort again. They've got their traditional forces of barbarians, which are very good at defeating Uruk troops, and a lot of air gems here on these guys. I'd have to assume they're looking for some sort of, well, maybe it's just storm. Actually, most of their mages don't have air gems, though
I'm
obviously they could be carried.
I'm sure it's going
If
to
I
be
was Ermi,
mass air elemental.
yeah, if I was Calum, that's what I would do. But especially once you get onto the fort, you become invulnerable to magic phase attacks.
Right.
You have to do a break siege trick.
Yeah, I don't know if Caleb is going to step on the cap this turn or whether it'll wait one more turn to bring those Hobergs and barbarians in.
Yes, and we don't know. Yes, so Uruk was patrolling last turn with this force, so that's I think that is that all the mages. It looks like the majority of the mages at
Do they have
least,
gems on them?
and the gods. So uh, some of them,
Some.
yeah, they're it looks like they're prepping basically for swarm and probably yeah just swarm
Yeah,
communions if I had to guess.
makes sense.
The god is hasn't changed its gear. I could probably use a better armor slot than this, but maybe they lack the gems or maybe the construction values.
It's not the worst
But
armor.
I mean, it's not awful, and protection is probably not what's going to kill this god. This god, if it dies, will die to um, probably some armor negating damage just because of how much health it has. It's got to die to
Or
the Kalem god, though. I don't think we saw the Kalem god in this deck. Though obviously, I think it has very very
it's in the province
fast
above
movement, so
that
it could be
recapping
anywhere.
that forest.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Is it? What's it rocking for a kit point of view?
a lot of good stuff.
Same thing. Clearly, it knows it might get soul slayed. Um, yeah, pretty good build. It's not going to repel super well, so it'll have to rely entirely on its defense and awe to get it through. But versus Uruk, you can definitely do that because their attack density is incredibly low and their morale is not great either.
27 defense and awe should probably do it. I think it's more likely that the gods sort of neither god takes any damage the whole battle. They just blend everything near them, but like whichever army sort of loses enough to HP route is what will decide the battle. So I hope that
No, yes,
Urk will
I agree.
not put the militia into that battle, and we'll use the militia to take a random province or potentially try to cut the retreat.
I feel like I would just use these militia as wall holders.
Or leave them
I don't know.
inside.
They're
Yeah,
kind of
that's true.
useless. Yeah, just leave them inside to hold walls. Like you're not gonna have a supply issue. It might buy you some turns. I don't know. I guess Uruk's not going to do anything by sitting inside their fort. Maybe this militia should go clear these Pythian provinces.
Yeah, I don't think Urk wants to sit inside the fort with 45 PD. So,
Yeah, they want to win a battle and convince someone to come help
right.
them.
Because if they sit for 5 turns under siege, losing all their land, there's no coming back.
Hmm. And who is Aryu preparing for war against now again?
Uh,
Looks
I
like
think
they
he's
picked up
just
some provinces
taking
here.
the land that Ulm is donating.
All right, yes. Technically, still at peace. Ind is threatening to move into Ind looks like they're going to move into Ermor here. Man's going to move into Ermor. Even Uruk is getting on the action. That was actually a versus Ermor attack. So Ermor looks like they might be our first person to actually fall this game. But of course, we will see. These are still sizable armies. They are still many turns away from their bless upgrade. Tartary is also in kind of a back foot. I don't know what they're going to do from this position. Like they have to hit Ulm, but they probably have to wait until Ermor's been defeated before they do that.
Yeah, I think maybe
Or
they are.
Ermor will just abandon.
If I were Tartary, I'd probably clean up the Ermor provinces to avoid sort of Kalem snagging them or something. And then, that also gives me time to finish researching like Conjuration 5 and Enchantment 5, after which the whole Tartary game plan starts to really, get in gear.
Yeah, I would try to take as many of these things as possible. Wait for Man or someone to crack the cap. Wait for Ermor to die, and then mobilize. At that point, they can mobilize at full force against Ulm, probably without too much
Yeah,
fear,
because
because Ulm doesn't get its next power spike for a very very long
yeah,
time.
we've heard in chat that Ulm is sort of near Iron Blizzard, but actually I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
think Tartary has to worry a lot about Iron Blizzard because the range is lower than Iron Darts, and Iron Darts is already sort of on the edge of being able to hit sort of max range horse archers.
Yeah, I would say that Ulm's next power spike is like Firestorm or something, right? They need big battlefield enchants that their guys can hold, or maybe Iron Angels or something. But I don't know. I don't know. Ulm is basically just going to reduce itself to this army and nothing else, and that's what they decided they wanted to do.
Yeah, so that
We'll see how that strategy works
the
out for them.
the decision to give away the gold income and the forts will probably cause them to lose the war because they just won't be able to keep up on research or mage production or any of that.
Yeah, yeah. They can't walk Tartary's cap and take it, and that's what would be required to
Right.
win the war.
Yeah, so it looks like a slow grind into oblivion for Ulm, which I suppose is what
Yes. The
what they
question
were
will
doing.
be, yeah, the question will be, will Tartary be able to capitalize on it or not? Because, and I would say probably not. Actually, if I had to guess, I would say Tartary comes out of this conflict as a second or third rate power, while uh, Aryu actually with a pretty decent recovery and Arco in a very strong position.
Yeah, Arco is shaping up to be sort of the new Pythium.
Yeah, it might be because they're getting free
Yeah,
land. They still have their Colossus. Nobody has challenged it. Nobody's looking to challenge it. They still have a what's probably a very easy war target here to their north.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, I think Arco and Pythium have sort of been holding each other back from being able to do anything because they both know the other one is sort of interested in jumping in for the attack. I think they should just make like I don't know a year-long NAP and then they can both invade somebody, and then
See, yeah, here I think things have changed. I don't think these two can go to war anymore. Their empires are much too long.
you think.
Like, how would a war between these two even play out? Like, Pythium has expanded east. Arco has expanded west. They now border on this thin border. I think they should be allies and they could kill Aryu and Kalem together. They could kill Ind
I
together,
think
right?
Ind is the
Um,
obvious target. They're both sitting there with
Ind would be
nothing to do.
like they
Ind is
can,
marching a
yeah.
huge stack into Ermor. They can wait like 3 turns, and then just Arco, Pythium, and Iryu can stab Ind in the back, and just basically free
Yeah,
land.
Ind should not be alive right now. Yeah, this is free land. Please, somebody come take this free
I
land.
mean, Ind has made a big show.
Uh,
Oh, I'll turn everything around and suicide into anyone who attacks me. But if 3 people gank him, it does.
yeah.
You can bluster all you want. He won't save him.